Joe and Big Al spitball withdrawal strategies, Roth conversion timing, and saving priorities for every stage of life. Today on Your Money, Your Wealth podcast number 555. Christine just retired at 59 and wants the smartest way to draw income before Social Security without letting taxes take a third of it. Prickly Richard and Margarita Maggie have a plan to pull ahead some Roth conversions now to dodge an RMD avalanche later. Will it work? And the Michigan Queen and Mississippi Boy are wondering whether to save harder for retirement or college for 3 kids currently under the age of 5. Yeah, that minivan has seen things. And this is YMYW, so of course expect a few derails into cocktails and car maintenance. I'm executive producer Andy Last, and here are the hosts of Your Money, Your Wealth, Joe Anderson, CFP, and Big Al Clopine, CPA.
We got Christine. She writes in, Big Al.
Okay.
Or the dog writes in.
Yeah, picture the dog, not her.
Got it.
Cute dog.
Hey, Joe, Al, and greetings down under to Andy. All right. So this is fairly new. So we got caught up, or did you put her on top of the list because she said greetings from down under?
This is from July. I moved in May, so
I guess
yeah.
it's not that new.
You moved in May?
Yeah,
Wow, time flies.
it does. It's true.
I finally retired at 59. I'm trying to figure out the most beneficial withdrawal strategy for the next few years until I begin taking Social Security. I did a search on withdrawal strategies and found an episode back in 2021 when Joe first asked us to tell him about our favorite cocktail.
Oh, okay.
That was in 2021?
We've been doing that ever since.
I thought it was longer than that, but maybe.
No idea on how that ever came up. That was very helpful and understanding income gain stacking, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about my current situation. First, to help Joe get in the zone. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. My cocktail of choice for this conversation is a French 75.
French 75 is a cocktail made from gin, champagne, lemon juice, and sugar.
Gin, champagne, lemon juice, and sugar.
Okay. That sounds like pretty sweet.
Ugh, yeah. I don't know how many of those you can have. And you can picture me driving around France in my Fiat 500 electric.
Okay.
With my Poodle D mix. Poodle D?
Poodly doodly.
Poodly doodly mixed.
Picture.
So I've got the picture up on screen, and obviously ball in mouth, ready to play.
Just like a good dog.
I'm single. Have a retirement savings of 1.8 million spread around the 3 buckets: 750,000 in an IRA, 550 in a Roth, 500,000 in a non-qualified. Well, very good tax diversification there, Christine.
Yeah, great. And by the way, I'll just make one quick comment. Love the brevity here. I love it when they give us the total amounts, right? Rather than 18 accounts that you have to read. Well, I got 18,000 in a SEP, and just tell us the total retirement, total Roth, total non-retirement. We love it.
Perfect. 750, 550, 500. I'd like to withdraw $60,000 a year for the next 3 years until I start taking Social Security, but I also have 75,000 SB lock at 7%. What is that, a line of credit? $75,000 at 7% that I want to pay off?
Securities backed line of credit.
All right.
What does
Andy,
securities backed mean?
It's on the brokerage account versus a home.
Yeah, secured by stocks and bonds instead of your home.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Andy, note to self, securities backed. Oh,
that's Andy's
SB LOC.
Oh,
she did a little research.
Just
Right
I wanted to make sure to ask you what that actually was.
got it. All right. What's the most tax efficient way to do all of this? I'm trying to consider future RMDs in the long term and interest payments on the LOC in the short term. Once I start taking Social Security, I'll replace about 50% of the draw. So that means more money can stay invested and continue to grow. Should I be thinking about more Roth conversions at any point in the future? Do you think I'll be positioned to take an extra $20,000, $30,000 every couple of years from some bucket listed venture that I'd like to do at some point? Look,
yes.
Yeah, bucket list adventure. She wants to do some bucket list stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So let's see. So this is going to be somewhat easy, I believe. So 750, 550, 500,000.
Yep.
She wants to pull some money out before she takes Social Security. She's got this $75,000 line of credit that is included in her expense number or not included.
I think it's in addition to.
In addition to, and she wants to take out $65,000 a year.
That's about 60 grand.
60 grand on top of the 7,000, or I mean the 7%.
Yeah, she wants to take 60, as I read it, 60,000 a year, plus she wants to pay off this $75,000 loan.
Got it. Okay. So what say you, Big Al?
Well, I guess first of all, the loan itself, I would use non-qualified accounts. In other words, brokerage accounts, non-retirement accounts, because it doesn't cause much taxation. Maybe you sell some stocks, bonds, maybe there's a little bit of capital gains that can be factored in, but that'll be the most tax efficient way to go without utilizing the Roth IRA. So that's what I would do. And the second part is, when you think about a single tax bracket, which is 48,000 is the top of the 12% bracket, and standard deductions about $16,000. So, which means, Joe, you can have about $64,000 of income and still stay in the 12% bracket. So I would be trying to stay in the 12% bracket because I think it fits her income scenario. If she sold some stocks and bonds, maybe a little bit that gets over. I don't know, but it close enough, right?
So you got 750, 550, and then 500. So there's 1.8 million total.
Yeah.
All right. And so 4% of that of 72,000. She wants 60 to bridge the gap. She also wants to pay out the $75,000 loan.
Even if you take off 75 grand, it's 1.7 million, 3.5% distribution rate in advance of Social Security. I mean, it's fine. It's just a matter of picking which accounts to pull the money out of.
Yeah, I would pull $65,000 out of the IRA.
Yeah, because that's what you can pull out and still stay in the 12% bracket. Yep.
And then I would look at, all right, I'm in the 12%. What is the basis on the 550? She says it's all capital gains, but is there any there at a loss? Is there any larger gains? So I would kind of play around with that as well. I would want to draw the IRA to no more than the 12% bracket. And then from there, I would play with a non-qualified account to see how much I can get out of there at a
reasonable
rate. Maybe you don't take the full 64,000 out of the IRA. Maybe you take 50,000 and then you sell 15,000 of gains and still be in the 0% capital gains rate.
Exactly. That would be the smartest. And to reiterate, so what we're talking about, you want to stay at about $64,000 total income, including your capital gains, because if you go over that, your capital gains are all of a sudden taxed at 15%, right? So if you can stay in that $64,000 of income, now if you need, let's just use that example. You got $15,000 of gains, right? And so you're trying to stay at the 64,000. Maybe you can pull out another $50,000, and that's cool. Maybe you're 10,000 short. Maybe you take 10 from the Roth, right? Or I don't know. You kind of play around with it.
Yeah, she's 59, so she's got quite some time until the RMDs. So you can slowly draw out the IRA and still be in the a 10 or 12% tax bracket.
That's what I think too.
So I don't think conversions make a ton of sense because she has $550,000 already in a Roth that can compound tax free that she could use later.
She's already done a great job.
So I would say from now until the only thing she's missing is the basis on the non-qualified account,
which we don't know.
Because then you would look at a capital gain play. Because if you sell stocks at a gain, but you keep yourself in that, like we're saying $64,000 total income level on your tax return, that means you're still in the 12% bracket. There is no capital gain. So you could slowly kind of chip away at some of these gains. You could rebuy the same stocks if you want. That's called tax gain harvesting. So I have a $15,000 gain. I'm in the 12% bracket. I sell NVIDIA and I buy NVIDIA back because it's a gain, right? You just increased your basis. There's no tax on it and you increased your basis. It's called tax gain harvesting. It's a really cool strategy that you could potentially do there just to kind of get you more tax efficient as you're looking at the different pools. Another problem that I see is that people, if they have too large of gains in the non-qualified account, it's like almost the same issue people have when it's in a retirement account. They don't want to sell the asset. It's like, well, I'm going to have to pay all this tax. But if the asset's down, it's like, well, I don't want to sell it because it's down.
So they never sell.
So they don't ever sell it. It's like, that's why you got to be tax efficient. You want to look at tax loss harvesting opportunities. You want to be managing your risk, rebalancing the overall portfolio to mitigate these long run-ups. So there's a lot of different things that she's done a great job with the diversification from a tax perspective, but now it's time to draw the income. And this is where it gets a little bit more complicated because you want to consistently rebalance all three accounts.
Right.
To manage your risk now that you're pulling it because you have sequence of return risk. You might want to be looking at, all right, well, now I'm going to pull X amount of dollars from the IRA this year, and maybe next year I'm going to pull more from my non-qualified account. You're going to be playing with those two accounts depending on how they're managed because asset location is going to be key. You want to hold some assets in your IRA that are different from your Roth IRA that is different from your non-qualified account. You also want to be looking at the tax loss harvesting opportunities as you're rebalancing and as you're creating income. So there's different things that have nothing to do with the asset allocation. It has everything to do now with creating income, mitigating the taxes, and doing tax strategy on an ongoing basis to make sure that you stay in balance.
Yeah, no question. And here's another point I would make. So what? You got gains in your non-qual. Good for you. That's what you're trying to do. And guess what? You get a lower capital gains rate. So just because you have to pay some capital gains, I'm saying it's not the end of the world because that's a cheaper rate. So good for you for having these gains in the right account.
All right.
Now, hang on. Did you guys say how she should pay off that securities backed line of credit?
Yeah, she could do it over a couple of years or just bite the bullet and pull $75,000 out of her non-retirement account and pay it off.
Yeah, the non-qual account, Andy.
Cool. Thank you.
Or, I mean, she could do a couple of different things. If I knew a little bit more information, you could say, all right, well, you're going to pull X amount of dollars from the IRA. Maybe some of those dollars could be used to pay it off. I don't know. As long as it's in the 12% tax bracket, I think I'm good with that. As long as she can cover all of her living expenses and stay in that rate.
Yeah, and if when you're picking the stocks to sell, you want to pick those that have the lowest gain, but you also want to consider about rebalancing. You may want to rebalance a little bit because maybe you have certain asset classes that are overweighted. So just think there's a lot of things you can think about here, but the basic instruction I would say is use the non-qualified account, non-retirement account to pay off the loan. And then use your IRA generally to pay for your expenses, with some exceptions depending upon how much gain there is. But that would be the basic rule here. At 62, that's 3 years from now, you're taking Social Security. So then at that point, that'll pay for maybe half your expenses. As you say, maybe you pull the other half from the Roth. Maybe you do a little conversions, maybe not. I don't know, but you're already in a good shape, so you don't really have to do a lot more on conversions, I would say.
Christine's question shows how tricky retirement withdrawals can be. To see how to turn your savings into income and maybe pay zero tax doing it, you need to watch the newest episode of Your Money, Your Wealth TV. It's called How to Retire Tax-Free with a Smart Income Plan. Joe and Big Al break down real examples of how couples can make $100,000 a year in retirement and pay zero in taxes by managing where that income comes from. They'll show you how to balance withdrawals from your IRA, Roth, and brokerage accounts, and how strategies like Roth conversions, the home sale exclusion, and qualified charitable distributions help you keep more of what's yours. And download our brand new companion tax-free retirement guide. It walks you through the tax brackets, capital gains thresholds, and proven moves that can help you build a retirement income plan with little to no tax bill. Click or tap the links in the episode description to watch How to Retire Tax-Free with a Smart Income Plan on YMYW TV and to download your tax-free retirement guide. All free, all courtesy of Your Money, Your Wealth, and Pure Financial Advisors.
All right, let's move on. This looks really complicated here.
It does.
What is this?
Well, this is what
I think it's just spaced weirdly.
Yeah.
Well, what I don't like as much is you have like 30 lines. I've got this much in this account, this much in this account.
Well, that's what
it makes
the
it really
recap's
hard
for.
To follow.
If you guys want to just do the recap at the top, that actually has all the numbers included.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to get through this as fast as I can here. All right. So we got Mrs. Prickly Things or Mr. Prickly Things from the land of prickly things, aka Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
Yes, sir. Do you enjoy listening to your podcast while I work out? Yeah. Do another squat. You can do it. Max that one out. Entertaining and educational mostly. What the hell does that mean?
Well, sometimes we're off base.
What? So we're just giving just shit information?
Yeah,
I mean, stuff,
well,
bad
we're-
information?
We're mostly educational,
Mostly
entertaining.
educational.
Sometimes we're not very funny, and we're information's not that good.
Got it. All right. Here are the basics. Ages, me, 68. Darling spouse, 69.
DS for short.
Got it. So hits RMD earlier. Okay. I can already
Significant
tell
other.
where this email's going. This is going to be a disaster.
Gonna be your good luck.
Okay. Use prickly Richard and Margarita Maggie,
Okay.
if you would.
All
Drinks, me, any craft beer. Thinking about taking the
Cicerone exam?
Cicerone exam. That is a beer
Sommelier.
sommelier. Yeah. Oh, God.
There we go.
Here
Okay.
we go.
That
Yes.
We're only like a third of the way through this.
I know. It does exist. DS likes the iced tea. Darling spouse.
Okay.
All right, car, me, 2006 Lexus, only 146,000 on it. A tank, albeit one that slurps premium. DS 2016 BMW 320i. Employment, me, just retired.
Okay.
Long time, though, had the more important job of raising kids. Oh, DS.
That's DS.
Long time.
She's been retired a long time.
Okay.
We're in code.
Yeah, yes, this guy, it's a prickly pear is talking. Code. A little empty nester now. House, roughly $1.3 million, $350,000 on it, 2.6%, 30-year fixed. All right. Social Security, me, delaying until 70, which is $5,000 a month. Darling spouse is currently taking it at, call it $2,000 a month. Pension, me, $1,100 a month, no COLA. IRAs, me, $1 million. Darling spouse, $3.1 million. Darling spouse has $3.1 million, but has been retired for quite some time and was
She must have
stay at
been.
home.
She must have been something else before she stayed at home.
That's
That's pretty incredible.
a more important job of raising the kids. All right, long time. Well, 3.1 million. Roth, me, 375. Darling spouse, 150. Brokerage, 450,000. A big concentrated one stock, low basis. HSA, 26,000. Will Shoebox Medicare Part B and D premiums using Medicare and Medigap insurance. Medicare joined 7/1 in 2025. Budget roughly need about $160,000, $180,000 a year. So 2025, only 6 months of salary with salary, IRA draw, stock sales sitting at about 180,000. So some IRMA room for a conversion. 2026, I will have no salary, no Social Security coming in, about $36,000 in pension and Social Security.
Okay.
2027, I turned 70 on April 15th. Yes, death and taxes. $80,000 Social Security and pension. 2028. How many years is this? Are we going here?
All right, keep going.
2028. Full year of both our Social Security, $92,000 Social Security and pension. 2029, DS RMDs hit will roughly be 120,000. 2030, my RMD hits roughly be 36 plus 120.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Cool.
Did use the bucket method. Have set up bullet shares in IRA.
That was pretty good.
All right.
Whatever that is.
If market tanks, won't have to sell off low-cost shares. Engineer with MBA here. Is that why he talks in code?
I think so.
I wonder what his
I mean-
handwriting looks like.
I mean, this has got engineer written all over it, doesn't it?
If market tanks, won't have to sell off low cost. Engineer with MBA here. So made a giant spreadsheet with Social Security, RMDs, etc., to see the impact of pulling ahead some IRA money early and possible Roth conversions.
Yeah.
This was assuming a 4% CAGR on the IRA, 2% COLA on the Social Security, and a 22%, 24% tax rates. Have rest of 2025, 2026 low with no Social Security, 27 and 28 to do IRA withdrawal pull ahead and some Roth conversions. When I run the numbers, looks like I hit IRMA if I'm using the tax deferred IRA. But total tax is roughly same if I do some pull ahead. But I'm not considering impact of Roth conversions in their growth in time value of money, blah, blah. DS is figuring out ways to pull money out. So we'll be cashing something out. Traditional process is brokerage, tax deferred, and Roth. See, I've been listening. If I use deferred IRA to fund, drawdown would be 4%. Just looking to get a reality check. Makes sense to use the income through the next 2 years to do a pull ahead or Roth conversion.
You did a great job of translating all that, Joe. Phenomenal. Great job.
Yeah.
Okay. You like the pull ahead?
Pull ahead.
Roth
I
conversion.
love the pull ahead and the bullet shares. All right.
Well,
yeah. All right. You got 3.5 plus 1.5. You got $5 million roughly.
$5 million total, 4 in deferred.
$4 million in a deferred account, and
Yep.
they want to spend $180,000, and they're going to have 30,000 of pensions and her Social Security plus another.
Yeah.
So what 120?
Yeah, let me save you the math. So they want to spend 180. Fixed income, when his Social Security kicks in, will be 90. Shortfall's 90 into 5 million. That's 1.8% distribution rate. So it's the number one check. You're in good shape there. That's not your question, but we always want to take a look at that first. So now he's talking about, how does he take his income, or does he do Roth conversions? What do we?
I would not worry too much, because once both RMDs hit, right, he's got 120 plus 36 of RMDs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's assuming, I'm not sure what he used as a kegger. What did he say? 4% on the IRA?
Yep.
So I don't know what.
Can you explain a kegger, please?
What?
Can you explain a kegger, please?
Well, that's what he's putting.
Well, capital gain rate, I guess.
CGR.
No, 4%. We are assuming a 4% CGR. I'm guessing that's a compound growth rate.
Could be compound growth rate or capital gain rate. Either way, it's a 4% growth rate.
But it wouldn't
Thank
be
you.
a capital gain rate. A kegger is a compound annual growth rate, and he forgot the A. So
Yeah.
I'm throwing in the kegger. But
And I'm
it's
saying,
actually a kegger.
I'm saying it could be a capital gains rate and capital gain rate, whatever. But it's the same. It's growing 4%. That's what I get out of that.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess your
Whatever.
capital gain rate sounds like a tax to me.
It could be.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So,
At 4%, that's fairly conservative. And he's got 40, 60, 160 coming out, plus his pension, plus another 92. Right? $92,000 of Social Security and pension, plus another 160 of RMDs.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's $250,000 of income.
Yep.
$250,000 of income as a married couple is the 22% tax bracket.
Yeah. Close. Yeah. 22, maybe even. Yeah. Close to 24. But
Oh yeah,
22.
you're in the 24. 200,000's in the 24% tax bracket.
It is. And even when you subtract out the exemption.
So he's right at the cusp of the 24% tax bracket with all of his fixed income sources and the RMDs coming out.
Yeah.
So over the next couple of years, he's going to be in a low tax bracket. Next year, he's going to be in a very low tax bracket. So you just think the some of the RMD, not all of it, most of it is going to be taxed in the 22%, and then some of it's going to be in the 24%. So you want to look at, all right, you at least want to maximize the 22% tax bracket. And then I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about IRMA, because the extra RMD is going to be taxed at 24%. The higher IRMA cost, or his Medicare cost, is probably going to be less than that other 2% that is going to be taxed. So I would try to get as much out. I don't know if you might want to stay in the third or second,
Yeah, you might.
IRMA tier.
So I was curious myself, Joe. So I did a little math. By the way, IRMA, income related monthly adjustment account. That's dependent upon your income. In 2 years from now is dependent upon how much you have to pay on Medicare. So the higher your income, the more you have to pay for Medicare premiums. So right now, the lowest cutoff is 212,000 of income. So I went up like 3 levels to 400,000, which would put him top of 24-ish, something like that. That's 188,000 of additional income. What's the extra IRMA expense? 3,500. That's a 1.9% tax. So kind of same. If it were me, I would go ahead and do some Roth conversions to the 24% tax bracket for 2-3 years, get it over with, and then you'll probably stay in the 22% bracket and not have to worry about IRMA after that.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
No. Yeah, I'm glad you did some research before. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
free balling this
Yeah.
thing.
And you're free. Yeah. And you're doing a great job at it.
Well, no, I can
That's even
relate
more
to-
relaxed than spitballing.
Yes.
You'd rather spitball, and I like to have a little prep, but it's all good.
Yeah.
That's why we complement each other.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Oscar and Felix.
I guess I'll be Felix. You'll be Oscar. You'll be the cool one. I'll be the neat freak.
All right. I think did we check all the boxes there?
I think so.
I think so.
He's already got the monster spreadsheet.
He already knows what to do.
I know. He just wants to hear us talking his like
He
MBA
wants to hear us
engineer slang.
read the code.
Yeah, read the code. All right. I wonder if his handwriting must be crazy.
Well, I wonder what DS thinks of when they
I don't know.
have romantic dinners and he talks in code. Can you imagine?
Oh boy. Okay.
She goes, "Give me another margarita, please."
Yes, please. Margarita Maggie.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, Richard and Maggie. If you followed along with Prickly Richard's spreadsheet and didn't need a margarita halfway through, you're our kind of people. And if you did need a margarita, you're still our kind of people. Either way, hit subscribe and ring that little bell on YouTube so you don't miss the next round of tax talk that's actually fun. About 63% of you watching right now haven't subscribed, and that is just bad math. Prickly Richard would never approve. While you're at it, leave us a quick rating or an honest review on Apple Podcasts or any of the other apps that accept them. And your review isn't just ego fuel. It does actually help other people escape those boring money podcasts. And if you know someone whose retirement plan is basically hope the spreadsheet works, share this episode with them.
Okay, let's move on. We got Hey Joe, Big Al, been listening to your show for a couple of years now. After my former boss and mentor referred it to y'all.
Okay.
And I haven't stopped learning and laughing since. Well, thank you very much. I usually listen to the show on planes while driving.
Man, I hope he flies a lot.
Wow.
Listen to the show on planes.
Planes, driving,
He was driving,
morning walks.
morning walks, gym routine.
Got it.
Really gets the good pump going. All right.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear.
That is.
Yeah,
Let's just max out.
do more.
Come
Do
on.
more squats.
You
Come
got
on.
it.
You can do it.
You got this. Thanks for all you do. My wife, Michigan queen.
Ah.
All right. Age 33. And I, little Mississippi boy.
Oh.
Okay.
From different states. How about that?
They live in Tennessee right now. Have 3 kids, ages 5 and younger, and a dog.
Hmm.
A little pedigree mutt. That's what 11 and patiently tolerates our day-to-day ruckus.
Doesn't have much choice.
It doesn't. Naturally, we have a minivan, a 2020 Kia Sedona,
Okay.
that I hate to admit that I love since it's so stinking practical, except for when I rotate the tires.
Do you have a minivan?
I do not have a minivan, Alan. No,
I've never seen you drive one.
no, I don't. And I don't know if I've ever rotated my tires.
I take that into the station.
I do.
They do that.
I do. And then
Yeah.
2020, how often do you have to rotate your tires? It's only 5 years old.
Well, F-150 is pretty heavy, so maybe you do it.
Well, it's not an F-150. This thing's a Kia Sedona.
Oh yeah, I was looking at.
The F-150 is coming up.
Kia Sedona. Yeah, well, it's a minivan. They got to be kind of heavy. I don't know.
Oh, what does Google say? What does ChatGPT say about
On how it-
the tire rotation on
Yeah,
it?
I'm
Kia
gonna
Sedona.
say once a year. That's my
No, sir.
that's my guess.
Oh my!
Yeah, every time you do an oil change, they rotate your tires.
Like cars
Every
today,
7,500 miles.
every 7,500 miles.
Yeah,
Or
so
sooner
that's-
if you notice uneven wear.
they're more than a year.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, I've got electric cars, so there's no oil change. So I never think of it anymore.
yeah. Okay. I drive a crew cab 2020 Ford F-150 that I love.
There we go.
All right. MQ. Well, that's Mississippi Queen.
Yeah. Okay.
Michigan Queen.
Oh,
He's the
I'm
Mississippi
sorry.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Michigan Queen. Lets me get it once. I showed her we could cram 3 car seats in the back.
That's the prerequisite to get the tricky ones.
All right.
I
My
like
drink of choice is usually a bourbon or bourbon-based cocktail, especially a good whiskey sour. My wife is a bigger fan of champagne and dry wines, but she says make a mean French 75. Whoa!
Twice in one show.
Andy had to plan.
I swear I did not put those in the same show on purpose. No, we just have people that really like the gin, champagne, lemon drink.
How many shows have we done without hearing about a French 75?
I've never ever heard
And
of
then
a
we get
French
two in one
75
show.
in my entire.
We're gonna
life.
like everyone's gonna start saying, "I like French
Oh,
75."
I love the French
Old fashions
75.
are out. Now the French 75 is in.
It's a nice sweet drink. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
My financial questions involve a retirement spitball and balancing that against saving for my kids' future opportunity appropriately. Sorry. I make $170,000 a year in Michigan. Queen is a teacher by profession, but currently stays at home with the Hellions, whom I love. I have no debt except for my mortgage, 5 years into a 30-year, $240,000 remaining, valued around $460,000. Which is likely not my forever home. I have $420,000 in retirement, broken into 70% in traditional rollover IRA, 18% Roth, and 12% a mix of Roth and traditional from my employer's 401k plan. I didn't know about RMDs in my younger years, so I didn't do the most ideal investments early on, but I have seen the light and now contribute to Roth retirement accounts now until things change significantly.
And keep in mind, he's 33 and 34. So he's saying he didn't know about them in his earlier years like he's now in his 60s.
I'm maxed out to the IRS limits on my 401k in both of our Roth IRAs. We also recently started maxing out our HSA and intend to use that for medical bills later in life. That has $15,000 in it. We will contribute to some form of retirement when MQ goes back to work, which will give her access to state benefits such as a pension, 401k, deferred comp, and other retirement vehicles, but we currently unsure as to how much that can provide in retirement based on our current goals. Honestly, I'm sure Social Security will do something, but I don't even know how to value that at this stage. So I've excluded that from my expectations to stay conservative. For the kids, we put $8,000 a year total across their 3 529 accounts, anticipating that they'll go to a state school, and it has $50,000 in it. I may or may not have started a little before they were born. All right, 50K, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
All right. He started it before they were born?
that's what he said.
This guy is a master planner.
He is. He's only 33.
My God, he's like, he probably started the plans before he even met his wife. Met the MQ. He's like, honey, I got a 529 plan. What do you think?
I think we're gonna have a kid eventually. So let's do it.
You want to get married? And guess what the expectation is?
We'll have you as the beneficiary, and then we'll change it.
Oh, boy. Now, the kids will all be out, underaged. Hold on. The kids will all be out of undergrad school age. What? Undergrad school age by the time we are 55.
So they'll be graduated from college, I think is what he's saying.
Got it. And we'd like to have the chance to retire then if we can. Not to say we will, but it'd be great to have a want to work rather than to have to work mindset. That's what you have, right, Al?
Yeah, I want. I don't have to work.
Yeah.
I want.
You have the want to work mindset.
That's right.
No, I have the have to work mindset.
You still have 2 young kids.
I know. Our current expenses are $90,000 a year, and I roughly guess we'd like to spend $120,000 in today's dollars per year in retirement. Okay. What are your thoughts on how short we may be if we only assumed I continue to max out the 401k in both Roth IRAs? It'd be nice to Roth in how much extra we need to put in retirement to meet our goals before we start focusing more on college savings. You feel we're woefully short and need to turn it up. I don't know. Turn the heat up on retirement. Are we saving too much in college? With that in mind, thanks again for your time and keep up the awesome work. All right, very standard issues that young Mississippi boy and Michigan queen.
Michigan Queen. So to start with, they got about 420,000.
Okay.
So I just ran a little bit of.
They want to retire at 55.
Yeah, I ran a little math. So let's call it 21 years.
Yep.
7% saving. I did 37,000 a year, which is max 401k and 2 IRAs. Now I don't know what the employer match is, so I didn't include that, but just to see what that looks like. And they get to 3.4 million.
$3.4 million at age 55.
Now, if they want to spend 120,000 a year at just 3% interest for 21 years, that's 223,000.
223.
That would be a 6.6% distribution rate. So that doesn't quite work. But I got to say, I mean, first of all, I love that you're thinking about this math, but so many things will change over the next 20 years. And probably you'll be saving more at different parts. Probably you'll find
He makes $200,000 roughly at 30 something years old.
he's doing amazing. I mean,
you were not even taking into account cost of living adjustments of
I'm
savings.
not,
right? It's
I'm
just
not adding more
line.
savings, and so straight line it doesn't quite work. But I guess what I'm saying, Joe, is that's it's not the best way to think about this. So the best way to think about this is as you make more money, save more. Try to get up to saving 20% of what you're making, which is about what you're doing. Just keep doing it. So you'll be saving more and more, and you'll probably be in good shape. Can you retire at 55 with your goal of spending 120,000 in today's dollars? Maybe, maybe not, but you'll be close, right?
I think, yeah. I mean, the better rule of thumb of what he should be thinking about is that, save 20% net.
That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. Because then
he's already probably close to that with the 529 savings.
yeah, probably.
He's got $50,000 at 529. He's got 3 kids. And he's putting in what, $8,500 a year into that? Is that what I remember? What's he doing?
He's putting about 8,000 a year.
Yeah,
Yep.
8,000
That's right.
a year.
That's right.
So no, I like the 529 plan savings with 3 kids.
Yep.
Keep
Me
that
too.
and
Me too.
do the 401k. We don't know what the match is. Keep funding the Roth IRAs. And then as your salary goes up, as you get bonuses, just keep that percentage of what you're currently saving now. Continue to save that amount. And I would be very shocked if he would not be able to pull the plug at 55.
If you're making 170 at 34, chances are you're going to be making 300 or more in 10 years.
44, 45.
Yeah. And you just keep saving more. So
The guy put money in a 529 plan
before kids.
Before kids.
So I think Mississippi boy, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Congratulations, way to go! You are going to be
You're going to be a star. We're going to give you a star in 21 years.
yeah. But yeah, great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Just keep your head down. Keep saving away. Don't do anything cute. I think that's the problem sometimes. Where if I'm younger, it's like I want to take on more risk. And then I start doing things that are a little bit cute.
Mm-hmm.
And in most cases, it doesn't pay off.
Right.
If I keep my head down, if I just keep plowing away, keep saving into just low cost index funds, into my 401k plan, keep going in the Roth IRA, and then just ignore the noise, I think you'll be just fine. But all of a sudden, it's like you start seeing these balances of like, hey, wait a minute, now I got $1 million or $1.5 million. And then you hear the Joneses are doing something different with their money and they made all this return. Or, hey, here's a hot stock and maybe you should, why are you in this boring, S&P 500
Why
fund?
aren't you in crypto? Come
What
on.
the hell is it? I made millions in crypto. Maybe he should be in a little bit of crypto, whatever. He's got plenty of time. But the point is that just have a strategy that's sound and then stay to it. And then just make sure that you keep yourself on track. I think once people kind of veer off, once they get a little bit more cash and wealth, they're like, oh, well, maybe let's buy that apartment building.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, we should have more real estate, or should we do this or that or whatever?
Right.
If you really want to retire at 55 and hang out with the kids when they're undergrad, post-grad, I would just put my head down and grind.
Yeah, and also I would say this: chances are, being older than 55, you'll get there, and you may want to keep working because you still have a lot of energy, but you don't necessarily have to work full time.
Yeah,
right.
Because that's he wants to be in.
Yeah.
I want to work.
Yeah,
not that
I want to
need
work, not that I have to, right? And so let's say you're $60,000 short in this calculation or whatever it is. So you make 60 grand for a few years until Social Security or whatever, right? There's lots of opportunities to not have to do the career grind if you don't want to at age 55, when you will have saved as much as you have saved. decade. So I would say there's a lot of opportunities here. I agree with you, Joe. Just keep saving more and more as you make more money. 20% is a good goal, right, of your income, and just keep that up as you get raises, bonuses. Keep saving that 20%, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think. The only it's just the lifestyle creep will get you too.
It does, of course, and
because you got the money.
But that's okay. So what we're saying is, of the net, save 20% of that. You can spend the other.
Save
80.
20 net. Yeah, spend 80.
You get to spend 80% of your bonus, but make sure you save at least 20.
Right.
Maybe even 25 if you want to accelerate this, right? So just, but yeah, you can spend more, but a lot of people spend it all. That's what that creep is all about.
Yes, sir.
Next week, Your Money, Your Wealth podcast episode 556 will sound like a continuation of today's 555, because it will be. Joe and Big L will help Joe Mama figure out whether his 0% capital gains plan is too good to be true. David and Shannon ask if both spouses need to do Roth conversions. Thomas wonders when to finally spend his Roth stash. And Lizzie and Billy from Texas put their early retirement dreams to the test. So be honest. Do you have your own retirement plan figured out, or are you just hoping that the spreadsheet works? If it's the latter, then it's time to schedule a free financial assessment with Joe and Big Al's team of experienced professionals at Pure Financial Advisors. We're coming up on the end of the year. There's no better time. And no matter where you are in the country, you can meet in person at one of our nationwide offices or online via Zoom. They'll help you build a retirement income plan, cut your taxes, and feel confident about your financial future, with a trusted partner guiding you every step of the way. Click or tap the free assessment link in the episode description to book yours. There's no obligation, and it might just be the smartest step you take towards a stress-free retirement. Pure Financial Advisors is a registered investment advisor. This show does not intend to provide personalized investment advice through this podcast and does not represent that the securities or services discussed are suitable for any investor. As rules and regulations change, podcast content may become outdated. Investors are advised not to rely on any information contained in the podcast in the process of making a full and informed investment decision.